So, I see you're interested in seeing how to make this interesting serving bowl. Well, you came to the right spot. This is actually a traditional Swazi bowl called umqwembe. It is used for serving braai meat or barbecue meat, usually with a side of maize meal porridge and as well as some salads. How's it going there? My name is Roderick. Welcome to Show Woodworking DIY. Let's just jump right in the video and I show you how to make this thing for yourself.
Quote of the day: if it is humanly possible, consider it to be within your reach. Marcus Aurelius.
Just for some backstory on this log, it's quite a special one for me and my wife. We got it off some land that we got recently where we'll be building our first home together. So, as you can see, I used the chainsaw to cut the log to length of 60 centimeters. Having so much smoke from a chainsaw is not a good sign. This usually indicates that the chain is blunt. Getting a new chain was a hassle for me since my local supplier didn't have this brand that I have. So this will have to do for now. So what we need to do here is to cut a bit off the bottom so we can get a flat surface for more stability so we can easily work on the bowls on the top. This log is of hardwood nature from the low feld. It's about 20 centimeters wide. So clamping your workpiece down is very important to avoid any unnecessary injuries. Since I want this umqwembe to have legs, we'll use almost the whole thickness. So we just need to skim the top off slightly, then work our way down till we get proper bowls. So my chainsaw decided to give up on me, so I had to put it to the side. It's time to bring out my trusty grinder. It has this saw disc attachment, which is a brand new blade. It was giving me super clean cuts. So I started by planing down the top. I saw this other wood carving video where this guy drilled several holes in the workpiece to kind of guide him to how deep he can carve into the wood before he can just carve all the way through the other side. So I thought I would use the same thing, which was quite useful in my case. Wood carving with a grinder is quite a scary process if you're not used to it. You need to have a very firm grip on your grinder. You need to take small passes at a time to make sure that you are in control of what's happening. If you take deep cuts, what will happen is it will bite into the wood, damage your wood piece, or even worse, hurt yourself as well. So please be careful if you give this a go. So as I was planing down the top, I noticed the tooth on the disc was loose. It was rattling the grinder, so I pulled it out and continued to work my way down till I got an even surface. After pulling out that tooth, the grinder still had a mild rattle, but I continued to work since I had no replacement blade nearby. Have you had this problem before using this disc? In the comment section, let me know. So after I was satisfied with planing the top, I sanded it a bit. I used some chalk to visualize how I wanted it to look. So I wanted my umqwembe to feature two bowls, two handles on the sides, feet, and two sauce divots, as you can see me drawing here. It's time for some more power carving. I know the footage looks quite fast because it was recorded in a time-lapse form on my Insta360 camera. In real life, I was moving very slowly, making sure that I control all of my movements, staying within the lines. Before you know it, you'll be done with your bowls and you got some nice umqwembe. Once you're satisfied with your general shape and depth of your bowls, it's time to switch to a flap disc. This one is a 60 grit flap disc. These discs are basically sandpaper that's stuck to a grinder disc. They smooth things out, as you can see here. They are very useful for a lot of DIY projects. And if you have a grinder, I would always recommend you to have one of these around. You never know when you'll need it. Our bowls are pretty much done, nice and smooth. Now let's move on to making the side handles as well as the feet for our umqwembe. Could you please do me a favor and smash that like button for me? It really helps out a small woodworking channel like mine. This actually helps YouTube know that my video is useful and can spread the video to more people. That will help my channel to grow. Thank you very much for doing that. You're such a champ. So here we're carving out the handles of the bowls. Nothing complicated, just some small grips off the sides so it can be easier to carry. Then we flip our workpiece. We need to cut out the feet sides first here as we start the side, and then we remove the excess around so the weight of the bowl will reduce, as well as to give it a nice sexy shape. I actually really love how the bottom looks more than the top. You'll see what I mean when we get to applying oil to the wood. Then we have to flip it around and start on the other handle. Our mqwembe is really starting to take shape. I love it. We will do the same process to this side of the handle as well. Everything was going smoothly, and then BAM! I almost had a really bad day. Luckily, I had my blade guard on. Now I know exactly what this thing is for. It really saved my life. I don't know what would have happened. As you can see here, it looks bad. That piece of metal flew into the blade guard, then shot forward. It would have damaged my hands, or my abdomen, or my face. Whew. I'm so lucky. Anyway, since I didn't die, I'll just have to finish up the mqwembe with my flap disc. It took a little longer, but it was still doable. I think this is the perfect time to talk about the sponsor of the video today, Shaw Woodworking DIY. Hopefully you've noticed these awesome doors I have behind me. That's the last video I made. Please check it out after you watch this video. I'm sure you'll like it. I'm a relatively new woodworking channel. I would greatly appreciate if you could support my channel by punching that subscribe button for me. I have a whole lot more interesting videos coming up. You won't regret it. Thank you very much for subscribing. So after smoothing out all the sharp edges, I had to turn my attention to the legs. Since I had used a chainsaw in the beginning, the bowl was not on a flat surface, so I had to work on them, as you can see here. Still using the flap disc. I smoothed out everything nicely. I would use the floor and also my workhorse as well to see if it's balancing out. I needed a higher grit sandpaper to make sure that the mqwembe was feeling smooth. I used my random orbital sander on flattish parts like this, and I also used my drill as well with this attachment. It's got like sandpaper attachments and so on for the inner parts. And then I went on and used my hand as well. And now for the final step in this build, I needed to add the source divots that I had talked about earlier. So using my router with this bit, I free-handed these, moving very slowly. I came out with perfect results. I went in about 1 centimeter deep. And then I came with the sander, hit them a little bit, and we were done. I always enjoyed this part of the build, applying oil finish, just rubbing it on with my hands, with the cloth. It's really nice. I used coconut oil, applied 3 coats of it on the front and then on the back. You remember earlier when I told you that the back is really sexy? Check this part out. Whew. Damn. Look at that contrast. Wow. This was really nice. I really enjoyed this part. It was mesmerizing. I like how the sapwood, the whitish part, is really nice. This was a fascinating build. Here's another video of mine that I know you like to watch. Thank you for watching this video. Enjoy my other content.
You have fruit candy, milk candy, chocolate, lollipops, gummies, and candy that changes the color of your tongue.
Sorry, we're here to find Sister Donkey.
Oh, I haven't seen her around.
You have?